you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Ah, Mom, this boy is a handful.
As if you were any different.
Then what about a memory? A lifetime of stories. Wash away the dirt and not the memories with Boom Bubble Plus washing powder.
Let the memories fade away.
Boom, and the dirt is gone. Introducing the Smart Kicker from iConnect, the most affordable smartphone on the market. With a follow focus capable 2-megapixel camera, you can't miss out on any of the action. Over 400 hours of standby battery time and 32 gig external memory. That's more than enough space for all your series, music, pics, apps and games. Get yours today from iConnect for a limited offer of only 499 kwacha, including 300 MB iSpot internet from iConnect. The Smart Kicker, available at iConnect. iConnect, make it happen.
The big day, everybody, and tonight we'll witness history in the making, y'all. Maki 2 all the way from Kokopala versus Slapdism and Nizzle. The moment you've all been waiting for. Maki 2 versus Slapdism.
Here's what you all been missing. Monster flows, fire flows, Munga mu kitchen. Flavor ikupa so gangi wapanga decision. Bigger than us, me and you and the mission.
Down Biggie Man International, you man got the ever they have to know. Nobody on the corner got swagger like us, but the other one is bigger than us.
This moment is bigger than us.
Iyatikulilako is bigger than us.
Both of us, me and you, is bigger than us. Bigger than us.
Monster Pops are not just big, they're monster big. Try out our Wacky Fusion, Magic Forest, Tongue Painter, and Black Forests. Monster Pops, the biggest pop in town.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness.
name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Jungle.
Thank you so much for making your time with us, and welcome to Prime TV's menus. To begin, we look at the headlines. UNZA students protest over xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Civil Servants and Allied Workers Union demand for lifting of wage and job freeze. UPND says lower cost of production will help make agriculture sector vibrant. And in foreign news, South Africa xenophobia, Africa reacts. These and other stories are coming up after this. The details. My name is Daniel Tonga. Xenophobic attacks on foreign nationals in South Africa have continued to stir anger and fury to many people across Africa. Pictures and movies on social media of foreign nationals being attacked have sparked calls for massive protest and a boycott of buying goods from South Africa. In Zambia, students at the University of Zambia have staged a protest against the ongoing xenophobic attacks in South Africa. The students say it's unbelievable and primitive for South Africans to have opted to attack foreigners for causing unemployment. They have charged that Africa can do without South Africa, but South Africa cannot do without Africa. Here is a report.
University of Zambia students have conducted a peaceful protest against xenophobic acts in South Africa. The students say it is disheartening that South Africans have resorted to such barbaric acts. Students have called on the Zambian government to consider repatriating Zambians living in South Africa as soon as possible.
Must realizing that they are not an island. Yep. They are not an island. As Africa, we can do without South Africa, but they cannot do without Africa. This is what they should realize. So in as much as they want to intimidate our people, we are not going to condone this. When you are good, you are good. No one can get your job. No one can get your position. If you are down and lazy, even a dog can get your job.
It is there on record. Ask KK. We took our wealth to help South Africa. What can be very foolish is for South Africans to think all South Africans are in South Africa. They are here, they are in Tanzania, they are in Kenya. All we need is oneness. We are not waiting for a Zambian to die. There are some ladies who went to order different items in South Africa and they are locked up in their hotels right now. We had phone calls.
How assured are we that
how safe are Zambians in South Africa? That is the question.
The students have further called upon President Jacob Zuma to not only condemn but to seriously look for a permanent solution to the matter.
We started questioning the leadership of who is the president of the South Africa.
Yeah,
because, honestly speaking, this is the time when the president has to come out to clearly state how things should be in South Africa. Just like in Zambia, we have got a lot of illegal immigrants. But why should we start attacking them? No, we are actually one. That's very bad conduct. We condemn it to the max.
We condemn it.
And this is the high time that even the international community, they need to come in to make sure that this is maintained.
For many Africans, South Africa represents a land of opportunity and tolerance, but the wave of violence has tarnished this image and sent foreigners fleeing for safety. Gloria Mumba, Prime TV News, in Lusaka.
Thank you, Gloria, for that report. Meanwhile, Zambia police has cancelled other planned protest marches in Zambia against xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Lusaka Province Commissioner Charity Katanga says the protest marches have been cancelled due to short notice given by the organizers. The protest marches, dubbed as Black Friday, were going to see hundreds of Zambians gather at Crossroads Shopping Mall and march to South Africa's High Commission in Kablonga at 9 hours to present a petition demanding an end to xenophobia in South Africa. Calls to boycott buying South African goods sold in Zambia have also been outlined to send a strong message against xenophobia. Some media houses have stopped playing South African music and movies as a sign of a protest. Now, a government says it is concerned with the escalating incidences of violence targeted at foreigners in South Africa. And President Edgar Lungu has consulted with Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe, who is both the Southern African Development Community, SADC, and African Union chairperson, on the xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Chief Government Spokesperson Chishimba Kambwili has disclosed that President Lungu will soon speak to South Africa President Jacob Zuma and other heads of state in the Southern African region on the matter. And Mr. Kambwili said in a statement to the media that the Zambian High Commission in Pretoria has been closely monitoring the situation in that country. United Party for National Development, UPND President Hakainde Hichilema has called for the lowering of the cost of production in the agriculture sector. Mr. Hichilema says this is the only way the country can be able to produce more crops for consumption and export. He says there is also need for value addition to most agricultural products to make the sector more viable. The UPND leader said this in Chisamba Friday when he attended the second edition of the Agritech Expo organized by the National Farmers Union in partnership with GATT. And speaking during the official program, Central Province Minister Davis Chisopa announced that the province is likely to be affected by hunger as a result of poor rainfall. Mr. Chisopa has since called for standby relief food in case of any eventuality.
All agriculture roads on Friday led to Chisamba in Central Province for the second edition of the Agritech Expo organized by the National Farmers Union in partnership with GATT. The event was meant to share knowledge, ideas, and showcase some high-tech agricultural machines and equipment on the market. Several agricultural companies took part in the expo by exhibiting some of their equipment. UPND leader Hakainde Hichilema also attended the event in his capacity as a farmer and called for the lowering of the cost of production in the agriculture sector.
It is important that we produce food for people, for domestic consumption. But also it's important that we produce food for sale to generate revenue, inside, outside the country. It's important to also promote, if you like, better farming methods. But that also must go with lowering the cost of production. And I'm very pleased to hear the chairperson of the Commercial Farmers Union Zambia National Farmers Union, Dr. Ngulega, talking about reducing the cost of production. That is critical. Cost of production in terms of inputs, in terms of ingredients to processes that affect, if you like, the next stage of production, which is agro-processing.
Mr. Hichilema further took time to tour some of the stands at the expo as well as interact with some exhibitors and other attendees. But earlier during the main event, Central Province Minister Davis Chisopa announced that his province is likely to be hit by hunger following the poor yields as a result of poor rainfall.
Your Honor, I would like also to mention that this year we have experienced bad rainfall in Central Province, and therefore through your office we would like to appeal that we expect some hunger in some areas, in some parts of Central Province. However,
Vice President Inonge Wina, who graced the event, assured that no Zambian would die of hunger as government has put in sufficient modalities to avert the situation.
I can assure the nation that no Zambian will go hungry due to the impact of this national or natural calamity. Government will do everything possible to ensure that the affected areas are targeted with some relief, either in terms of food or other inputs that government will deem possible for those areas.
With such events, it is undoubtedly that farmers will begin to engage in best practices of farming as they acquire and share knowledge amongst one another. Kalan Muchima, reporting for Prime TV News in Chisamba, Central Province.
Thank you, Mchima, for that report. The tribunal constituted to investigate the alleged professional misconduct of suspended Director of Public Prosecutions Mutembo Nchito has adjourned after the state applied to add more allegations against Mr. Nchito. Mr. Nchito indicated that he needed enough time to be formally served with the allegations so that he can respond. He also applied that 2 members of the tribunal recuse themselves because they are interested parties in the matter. Mr. Nchito also applied that the matter be held in public as opposed to having it in chambers. Tribunal Chairperson Anel Silungwe adjourned the matter to Tuesday for continued hearing. The Muslim community in Zambia has condemned the killings and atrocities that are taking place globally, including those taking place in the name of Islam. Speaking on behalf of Muslims in an interview with Prime TV, Director of Dawa, Jada Huzaifa, says the language of Islam being used by perpetrators of these atrocities has nothing to do with Islam. Mr. Jada says wanton killing of innocent people, abduction of defenseless girls, and murder of students in cold blood has no links to divine teachings of Islam. He says no Muslims in Zambia, they declare action. He says as Muslims in Zambia, they declare actions un-Islamic and will continue to speak against all injustices humanity is facing.
The language of Islam being used by the perpetrators of these actions and atrocities has nothing to do with Islam. Wanton killing of innocent people, abduction of defenseless girls, and murder of students in cold blood has no link with the divine teachings of Islam. Violence has no religion. Islam is a religion of peace. The Noble Quran has likened the killing of one innocent human being to the killing of the entire humanity. As Zambian Muslims, we declare these actions un-Islamic and will continue to speak against all injustices humanity is facing. May the Almighty Lord protect our land and bless our land and the entire globe with peace, harmony and safety.
We're now taking our first break. Stay with us if you can for other interesting stories when we return.
It starts with a single seed. Patience. Dedication. Attention to detail.
I'ma sip it up. Everybody sipping, I'ma sip my hell.
It's here. I'ma sip my hell. Eat well, drink well, feel good.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
What's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill. Have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Fun. Style. Freshness. Great taste. It's here. It's fun. It looks cool. And it tastes great. Are you ready?
Shake, 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 shake and sip.
Introducing Shake and Sip, the new irresistibly smooth fruity milk.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Welcome back, and now other local stories. Civil Servants and Allied Workers Union of Zambia has described the continued wage and job freeze by the PF government as illegal. Union General Secretary Joy Bene says the continued wage and job freeze should no longer be entertained by any union in the country. He has pointed out that what is taking place in the current government is a repetition of Chiluba's government for imposing the wage freeze on civil servants. Mr. Bene says there is need for unions in the country to force government to lift the wage freeze on the workers. He was speaking in an interview with Prime TV.
That the wage freeze imposed by government is illegal. By the way, in 1998, under Chiluba government, they did the same. They imposed the wage freeze. My union took government to court, and we won the case. Everyone is fully aware. Even the Labour Minister, Honorable Faxon Shamenda, is still aware and alive to the fact that wage freeze imposed by the PF government is illegal. So what are we doing as the labor movement? We are still pushing government to see to it that the wage freeze, which was imposed for 2 years, from 2014, 2015, and they are ready to lift it in 2016, if they can listen to the labor leaders. We don't want to go back to the courts. It is clear in the courts of law that this case was there some 10, 12 years ago, and we won the case. So we appeal to government to lift the wage freeze. We need to negotiate. You know, they are busy telling people that the wage freeze is not there because the unions are negotiating. How do you negotiate when the other party has imposed the wage freeze? It does not make sense.
Southern African Center for the Constructive Resolution of Dispute, SACOD, has commended government for its openness and participation in Human Rights Forum. The SACOD Executive Director Boniface Chembe says his organization welcomes the many strides that government is doing in improving human rights, adding that there is still need to review the Public Order Act. Mr. Chembe adds that there is need to seriously amend the Public Order Act to ensure that people's human rights are safeguarded. He says Zambia still needs to improve on the freedom of expression, hence the need to review the Public Order Act. Mr. Chembe was speaking in an interview with Prime TV.
Zambia has made in improving good governance, such as holding regular elections, improving our human rights, among other things. That is commendable, and it is such forums that actually give insights on the extent to which we are faring as a country. Suffice to say that in our government being open to such forums, there is more that we need to do to improve on our governance. For example, we are now in the midst of a very serious debate on reforming the Public Order Act. It's a governance piece of legislation, it's a human rights piece of legislation, and it has brought a lot of conflict in this country. So we need to improve and look into such an act, for example, to improve the extent to which our people are able to enjoy their freedoms of expression, association, as well as assembly. So in as much as we welcome the main strides that the government has made in improving the good governance record in our country, there is more that we need to continue doing. Suffice to say that we want to appeal to the government to continue being receptive to being monitored on the extent to which we are implementing good governance issues, so that we continue to improve and get better in terms of governing our country, as not only do our people look up to our government, but also other African countries look up to us. So we can only get better if we continue learning from all the mistakes that we make and continue to improve upon them.
Policy Monitoring and Research Center, PMRC, says it will continue with its mandate to produce quality policy analysis for reform proposal. Board member Professor Mutale Chanda says research evidence needs to go beyond fancy reports and journal publications. Speaking at a media cocktail in Lusaka, Mr. Chanda says his institution will not relent in the mission to provide high-quality policy analysis. And PMRC Executive Director Benedict Daka says PMRC wants to achieve high-quality policy analysis important for development in Zambia. Ms. Deka says this will also help its 2015 strategic focus assessments on the development commitments set by the government.
The Policy Monitoring and Research Center uses a range of engagement platforms to advance its research strategy and achieve its mandate through presentations, workshops, hard talks, and public lectures. We engage with policy makers, stakeholders, higher learning institutions, the media, and the general public. Our latest series of engagements have been the consultative meeting with the Auditor General's Office on Parastatus. We have extended our presentations to government, ministries, other stakeholders, and the media.
With support from the general public, and we hope that we'll continue to work together in fostering development through these policy reforms. And as a public policy think tank, we would like to appeal to everyone to come out to us if you have any recommendation that you feel that we can research on. It is our work and our mandate to do so. We would like to work together with everybody to improve the lives of the ordinary Zambian out there, and it comes from us.
We now take our second break, more when we return.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Mom, can I help you to cook? No. Remember what I always tell you? Wash your hands. Okay. Dad, this is a germ-free zone. Go wash your hands.
Good personal hygiene is important at all times. That's why medical experts recommend Romeo Plus medicated soap. It eradicates over 97% of harmful germs. Healthy families use Romeo Plus medicated soap. Romeo Plus medicated soap. Love, care, protect.
Shake, 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 shake and sip. Shake, delicious and healthy for you and your family. Nutrition and energy. Your food is tasty, yeah.
Yo nsuna yo wama yo telela mushi ilina ma flavor yo siyana yo semi ya bwino anso ibasa mbambo kosa tayanda we yesa shake and see yo kumwana banjana anzako unsipasako ambuye na makolo ako ilimbisa tu ikondwesa ana kosa tayanda we yesa shake and see.
Shake and sip when fresh meets fruity.
Welcome back, and now in foreign news. The upsurge in xenophobic violence in South Africa has angered African countries, many of whose citizens have been targeted. In Mozambique, a roadblock has been set up near the Risano-Garcia border post with South Africa by a group of people who are stopping vehicles with South African number plates from entering the country and stoning them. In Malawi, there have been calls for people to stop buying South African goods and services. In Zimbabwe, riot police in the capital, Harare, dispersed a crowd of protesters outside the South African embassy after they tried to force open the gates. In Zambia, some radio stations have stopped playing South African music, and lawmakers in Nigeria passed a motion to recall the Nigerian ambassador to South Africa. And finally, in our news, the fugitive Iraq militant leader Izzat Ibrahim al-Dawri, who was right-hand man in Iraqi's ex-leader Saddam Hussein, has been killed, Iraq officials say. They say he died in fighting in Salahuddin province north of Baghdad. His supporters have denied the claim. He was deputy to Saddam Hussein, who was ousted when US-led forces invaded Iraq in 2003 and executed in 2006. Al-Dawri was regarded as the most high-profile official of Saddam Hussein's Ba'ath Party to successfully evade capture after the invasion and had a large bounty on his head for years. He was the king of clubs in the famous pack of cards the U.S. issued of wanted members of Saddam Hussein's regime after its defeat. For these and other stories, we monitored Al Jazeera.
Yemen's new vice president is urging Houthi rebels to end their offensive on the port city of Aden. Fighting has continued to take place there between the so-called popular resistance loyal to President Hadi and Houthi fighters. UN Security Council ambassadors have heard first-hand accounts from Syrian doctors who treated the victims of suspected chlorine gas attacks, many of them children. The UN says it will try to identify and prosecute the attackers. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has appeared in a television interview as part of National Day. In the interview, he blamed Europe for ISIL's advance across the Middle East. More than 220,000 people have been killed in the Syrian conflict since it began.
I wouldn't look at the terrorism as domestic and as regional. It's, as I said, it's global. So and if you want to look at Sweden as part of Europe or part of the Scandinavian group of European countries, you have to take into consideration that the most dangerous leaders of Daesh or ISIS in our region are Scandinavian.
Rome is appealing for help to cope with the unprecedented flood of migrants. Another boatload of survivors arrived in Italy on Friday morning, and more than 40 people drowned in the latest sinking of a migrant boat in the Mediterranean. The South African President Jacob Zuma has called for an end to attacks on African immigrants. Police fired rubber-coated steel bullets and tear gas during an anti-immigrant demonstration in Johannesburg. Thousands of foreigners are seeking shelter in police stations and refugee camps there. A Chinese court has sentenced the veteran journalist Gao Yu to 7 years in jail. The 71-year-old became famous in China for her hard-hitting reports on political elites. One of her lawyers says she'll appeal against the conviction for leaking state secrets to foreign news organizations.
As we conclude the news, we now take a look at what made the headlines. UNZA students protest over xenophobic attacks in South Africa. The Civil Servants and Allied Workers Union demand for lifting of wage and job freeze. UPND says a lower cost of production will help make agriculture sector vibrant. And in foreign news, South Africa xenophobia, Africa reacts. And that's just about what we had on the news. Thank you so much indeed for your time. This has been Daniel Tonga. Bye-bye for now.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Mom, this boy is a handful.
As if you were any different.
Then what about a memory? And I'll say, a lifetime of stories. Wash away the dirt and not the memories with Boom Bubble Plus washing powder.
Never let the memories fade away.
Boom, and the dirt is gone.
Oriental Quarries Boxing Promotions in conjunction with Zamtel presents the WBC Interim Gold Championship. Facing off will be Catherine Perry, Zambia versus Christina McMahon from Ireland on the 2nd of May 2015 starting 12 hours at Mlungushi International Conference Center in Lusaka. Charges 300 kwacha VIP, 100 kwacha ringside and 50 kwacha upper deck. This bout is managed by Oriental Quarries Boxing Promotions and Eagle Events Management Limited.
Zamtel, live life today.
The big day, everybody, and tonight we'll witness history in the making, y'all. Maki 2 all the way from Kokopala versus Slamdizzle my Nizzle. You've been waiting for Maki 2 versus Slamdizzle.
Here's what you all been missing. Monster flows, fire flows, Mungamu kitchen. Flavor ikupa sokangiwa panga decision. Bigger than us, me and you and the mission.
Down Biggie Man International, you man got yeah, but they have to know. Nobody on the corner got swagger like us, but yeah, the one is bigger than us.
This moment is bigger than us.
Yeah, Tikulako is bigger than us.
Both of us, me and you, is bigger than us. Bigger than us.
Monster Pops are not just big, they're monster big. Try out our Wacky Fusion, Magic Forest, Tongue Painter, and Black Forests. Monster Pops, the biggest pop in town.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.